Hey, everybody, welcome to the Soulful Eclectic. I am your host, Dr. Diana Collins, and I want to welcome you to season 8. Yay! Yes, after all these years, we're on season 8, episode 1 for the next season. Yes, I'm excited. So, thank you so much for everyone who has been a part of the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, I'm opening it up to um, those who want to be on the show. Please feel free to reach out to me. And if what you're doing and what you're working on, even if it's working on yourself, if you've never been on a podcast and you just want to give it a shot, or if you have a message to get out and you just want to share it, or if you just have something, listen, if you got a testimony, how about that? All right. If you have a testimony that you want to share, please feel free to reach out. You guys have my email address, dc@thesoulfuleclectic.com. You have the website, the soulfuleclectic.com. All of that is streaming at the bottom. And also you can find me on TikTok. While we still got TikTok anyway. And so you can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. So please, if anything, we talk about resonates with you and you want to share your thoughts, feel free to reach out as well. Oh, yeah, I'm on YouTube too, just in case you want to try that one too. You can reach out to me, and I would love to have you on the podcast, and we can just have a conversation. Let's talk it out. Let's be about our stuff, especially now in today's society where we just don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And you know what? If you are a person of color, our days are always filled since the day we were born with not knowing what tomorrow was going to bring. So please feel free to reach out for for those of you who have been followers and who have watched our show. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my show, to listen to my show. If you have not signed up for WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV, please do so. Okay, just download the app on your Roku TV, download the app on your phone for the radio station. We have some amazing DJs. I know if you've been following me and you've been listening, you've heard Rob C, and you heard the infamous over there too doing his thing with the not the quiet storm. Oh, I was about to speak. Oh, no, it wasn't. But yeah, so Love Jones doing his Love Jones thing. And if you are of that old school soul where, we just live in our 80s and 90s music and some of the 70s too, we got some of the new school, the young stuff, I want to say the young stuff, but the new school stuff too as well. A little bit of October London. I love his stuff. So, we got some stuff. I'm a fan of Lettucey. So, we got a good mix. So definitely share the radio station. It's the international station. So share it amongst your friends all over the world. And we would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so very much. So, this is just a great, I want to first, before I continue, I want to give a shout out to my brother who is, God love him. He listens to my podcast faithfully. He told me, he quoted me, and I was really shocked. He quoted something I said, and I was like, listen to me. Oh my goodness. So it made my heart smile really big to know that yes, my husband listens too, but that my brother listens to my podcast. We always think, our family. I honestly, some of people feel like, oh yeah, my family supports and does everything, but we never know. We never know. So it's nice to hear that and to know that. So thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much. It really warms my heart. My sister listens to periodically. So I thank her too for listening. I appreciate you always, all of you always, for your support. As my friends, also, I appreciate you all for your support. My guests, my followers, guys, thank you. Thank you. Season 8, right? I love it. Thank you. And we're expanding and doing new things. Like I just love it. So thank you for being a part of the Soul Tribe and just spreading it, even if it's something that may not be for you. Please, I hope you share it with someone that you know, and so that somebody gets it. Because I always say, if one person listens and finds something that resonates with them, then I did what I set out to do. So thank you. So yeah, so today I just wanted we're starting out and we're starting to hitting the ground running because like I said, this is just so many things going on, and I am not succumbing to the negativity because listen, I'm in a wellness state and I feel well and I'm gonna continue to feel well and I want y'all to feel well. So I'm gonna give y'all some vitamins for the mind. Okay. Some vitamins, some vitamins for the mind on staying well and maintaining that sense of self and authenticity as we navigate all these crazy things. So the first thing I want to talk about today, and it probably be the only thing that I talk about today as we start this season, is overcoming self-doubt and embracing your confidence, right? I talk about this a lot with my students because students, they don't trust their thought process yet, and they don't want to be wrong. They always want to be right, and so they don't embrace. They have a lot of self-doubt coming into the healthcare arena, into education, and I get it. I get it. So a lot of the times I try to help them overcome that self-doubt within themselves. And overcoming self-doubt is not easy by any means. We are constantly our worst enemies. We're always in our head. We're always sitting here telling ourselves what we can and cannot do. We are our harshest critic. We are. We really are. And as much as we try to navigate these things, we have to start with overcoming that self-doubt within ourselves, right? Because we already have enough naysayers on the outside that's going to be like, oh no, you can't do that. Oh, that's cute. You want that for yourself. Okay, but I don't think that's for you. You know, as a Black and brown individual, as that's been our thing all the time, right? You can't, you won't, you stop. That's not for you. Mm-mm. Tell me you can't. Tell me I can't, and watch me. I will. That's my thing. Tell me I can't, and I watch. I want you to watch because I will. I will. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, but I will. I will. If it, I will as long as it's something I want to do. How about that? And I think that's what I like to share with my students with that. With overcoming self doubt, you have to know if it's something that you want to do. Yeah, you're in school. Yeah, you're getting, but do you want to be here? Is it something? Well, why are you here? Why are you here? I just want to know. And I ask that question, why are you here? Because there's nothing else better to do because you need to make a paycheck. Why are you here? And they were like, well, I want to be a nurse. Okay. But I don't know if I can. Overcoming that self doubt. Right. So I just was on a podcast with Mamina Das. She does a wellness podcast, and I think she's out in South Carolina. And if you haven't watched it, I'll post it on the website so that you guys can see it. But it was a really nice podcast to be on and have a conversation. And it's through that conversation that leads to this conversation right now, right? Because it was in that conversation with her where we talked about overcoming some of that self-doubt. And I didn't word it in that manner, but afterwards talking with her, because I always reflect when I have conversations with individuals, especially having them on a podcast. I always do a reflective period, and I challenge anyone that is going through some things, or is even just want to know how the day is going and whether or not you can make some changes, having those reflective moments is very helpful. So it was during that time when, I don't know what question she asked to me. And I was like, oh, she asked me, how did I start going to nursing school? And, you know, how did I start to be this person that I'm here today? And I told her, I was like, you know what? To be honest, and I'm going to share this with you guys, honestly, it was me reading my bio. I had to give my bio to somebody for, I think it was giving her my bio for the podcast, right? So I gave her the bio. I sent it over. I always read it beforehand. I mean, this bio has been something I've used since for a few years now. So I like to reread it to make sure anything, do the checks and balances, make sure anything changed, if I upgrade it, if I add it, those pieces. So I was reading my bio and I'm reading it. And as I'm reading it, I can't believe it was about me. Because the bios like that's so meaty and have such prominent information about things you've done, entrepreneurship, community work, scholarships. And when I mean scholarships, I mean learning, getting your degrees and things like that. And you think about it and you see the jobs that you've had and you go through and it's like, wow, I've done some things. And then when I'm sitting there and I'm again reflecting, I'm always reflecting. So I'm sitting there and I'm reflecting and I'm thinking about it. And I said, you know what? Through all of that, I still had self-doubt. There was still self-doubt within there. Many of that, a lot of that up until recently was done with pseudo confidence, like confidence I made myself have just because I needed to get to face the fear, because I wasn't going to let fear stop me, because fear stopped me so many times from doing so many different things as it has done for so many people. And I refuse to allow fear to stop me from doing some things that was going to better me and better my family. So that was the driving force for a lot of the things that I have done and I have accomplished, was the fact that I needed to do it to substantiate my family and to build my family and give my children something to be proud of. Be proud of their mom, be proud of where they came from in some form or fashion. So when I'm thinking about that, I realized I still didn't overcome that self-doubt. I still had doubts within myself, even though I kept pushing forward and I kept going up and I kept showing up. I still had self-doubt. So I never truly overcame that self-doubt with that I fight. And honestly, it's not up until probably a couple of years that I've even started to really say it's less and less of that self-doubt. Because our self-doubt could be anything. It could be just about the way we look. We got self-doubt about that relationship, self-doubt about jobs. I think I did a show about imposter syndrome. That's my biggest self-doubt. I suffer from imposter syndrome big time, right? So it's just those things that I realized going through that overcoming self-doubt takes time. And it's a continuous set of things that you're doing to overcome this self-doubt. It doesn't happen overnight. And I wanted to share that. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes work. It takes consistency. And it takes you being kind to yourself to overcome that self-doubt. We're always going to have it. I think it's what keeps us balanced. Is to have a little bit of that self-doubt. It's a little. Don't let it overcome you, right? So overcoming that self-doubt Do we truly do it? So having that moment where I reflected and actually thought about it and read my CV and my bio, it really hit me that there's some things that I have done to get to this place that's amazing, and that I still do have self doubt, and it's okay. Excuse me. I am so sorry. I had to take a little bit of a break. My baby calls with my grandbaby, so uh, a totally authentic podcast, right? I had to stop to take a phone call from my grandson because that was important. But yeah, so thank you so much for being patient with me and in that, and thank you for being forgiving. If you're not forgiving of that at that moment, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Life happens, but yeah. So overcoming that self doubt, it's still a work in progress, but I think I can honestly say that I don't let it consume me the way I used to. It used to really stifle a lot of the things that I have done, and I say that I share that so that you know that even the people that you see at these uh, at the top of their career, entrepreneurs, they all, for the most part, many of them, I don't want to put everybody in that one lump. No, they all didn't. No, they all didn't have self doubt to overcome, but many of them did. Many of them did. And through that, they've gotten to the place that they are. And I share that so that you know that this self doubt doesn't last forever and you can work your way through it. And embracing that confidence within it and then within us. I still find that sometimes can be a challenge because that confidence. I know when I walk in a room, I'm can't. I mean, I know who I am. Uh, it's a powerful place to be to have that self confidence right within yourself and embracing it. So in embracing that self confidence, I want you to know that there still could be a little bit of that self doubt that can creep its way in there, and to let you know that it's okay. And it's one of those days where you have that self talk and you say, today, not today. I'm not dealing with the self doubt today. However, you decide to deal with it, you have to have that conversation with yourself and, say, this is where I am. This is where I'm going. This is where I want to be. So, like I said, I share that with my students. My students don't know what I do. If they do, it's because they search me on the internet. Because kids, if they really are interested, which I'm so grateful that a lot of my students are not that interested in me. They're not, and that's okay. I prefer it that way. They don't know exactly all the things that I do. They think I'm just their teacher, and I keep it that way for a reason. And I share with them that embracing and that confidence and that self doubt will help with them in life. And I say that to those who are out there too, that embracing that and overcoming self-doubt or embracing your confidence, it to some it probably will look like conceit, like you full of yourself, right? A lot of us have dealt with that, where they say, oh yeah, you think you're better than me, or you're better than the situation, you're better than. No, I just know me, and I just know what I'm not going to deal with. I know what I'm not going to tolerate. That's it. um Overcoming self doubt is a challenge. You really have to work at it. Some of us still see therapists to work through that. And I know we talked about that. It could be a taboo in the Black and Brown community about seeing therapists, but seeing somebody is not a negative thing, and it should not be looked at as a negative thing, even though many of us do. It's not. Um, it's something that we should be embracing, and because we all need somebody to talk to. I still talk to somebody. I mean, come on. I just told you, overcoming self-doubt. I still talk to somebody to work through some of that. It's okay. You're human. It's just one of those things that we do. But I wanted to kick off season 8 talking about overcoming the self-doubt, embracing your confidence, because this is your year. This is your time where you're going to grow. All those vision boards that you have up, start checking off them lists, all right? Start really diving into who you are, where you want to go. What do you need to do to get there? Yeah, the what, when, why, and how of things. I always say I attack everything with an assessment kind of a mind, right? What do I need to do? Where do I need to go? How do I evaluate whether it's working or not? What do I want to get out of it? What are my goals? What I want to get out of it, right? So it's those things. So I just, I really today just wanted to really put that food for thought in your mind about your self-doubt, because you're going to have a lot of people placing their own inadequacies and their own self-doubt upon you, and it has nothing to do with you. That's the other thing that I've encountered too. And I think I talked about this. It's not about you. As much as we want to think it's about us, it ain't about you. People complain. Small portion is about you, but the bulk of it, it's not about you. It really isn't. And we got to stop owning things that is not for us. We got to stop owning things that are not for us. And that's something that I constantly tell myself every day, because otherwise it'll drive you crazy. I said, what's that? That one saying? Know that the way somebody else perceives you, you don't have to own that, because it's not about you. It's their perception of who they think you are, and that's not for you to change. You can't change that, because that's how they perceive you to be. It's not for you to own it, because it's not about you. It's about them. And that's a big thing that I've been dealing with for this past couple of weeks. But besides that, and the plethora of microaggressions that are out there, even those are not about me. That's about them and their inadequacies. So don't get mad because I am respectfully Dr. Diana Collins. I've earned that title. I've earned those alphabets after my name. I worked hard for those alphabets behind my name. Therefore, why are you mad at me? Because I got the degree. And you're going to find that there's a lot of that people are, again, putting their self-doubt on you because you are where they want to be. And they're trying to figure out how you got there. That's none of their business, not for you to explain. I stopped explaining myself. I stopped. Because remember, I told you guys, right? We have this bad habit, not everybody, but many of us have this bad habit of wanting to be included. And so when we go in certain rooms, we start running down our resume. I don't do that anymore. I show up. I don't inject. I never was one to interject myself in a conversation. I can go whole hour in places where I am the only Black person in there, and no one will talk to me. No one will engage, and that's okay. I'm still in a room. I'm supposed to be in this room. I have a right to be in this room. So I still stay in the room. You don't have to talk to me. Don't make me know, never mind. I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to listen to said conversation or speaker or wherever engagement I'm in. And I'm going to talk to whomever decides they want to talk to me. And I'm going to move on. Now, once upon a time, because of that self-doubt I had, I will find one person and I would say hello, and whoever would engage with me with that conversation, I was, they're like, oh, so what are you doing here? What brings you here? And I would start to run down my resume. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not placating you. I belong here and I'm going to stay here until I am ready to go. So it's those things that I've learned over the years with this self-doubt, because people will put their self-doubt onto you, their inadequacies and things onto you, and it's not for you to own. It's not about you. It's about them. It's about them. And I just wanted to come on and share that little bit with you. Again, today we're not going to go into a long-winded kind of thing. It's season 8, and I'm fighting the urge to go into that 90s rap song. Time to get it straight. No one's like, I forget who's that, Big Daddy Kane, maybe. But I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so I just came on again, season 8. Want to introduce season 8. Let you know we got some great things going on. We got next week. We have Tiffany Miles coming on. Tiffany Miles is an author. She's a notary public. She's big in the state of Arizona, notary, and she's just doing some amazing things. She's got 4 books that she's got out, and we're going to have a conversation with her. I'll I got a little snippet for y'all so y'all can hear a little bit of that conversation. So we got her coming up next week, and I hope you guys join us for that. Also, if you have not been on the website, I want you all to know that the book is in and it is for sale. I had a couple of sales going on, a lot of them, so please get your copy. As you are navigating today's days and nights, and you wondering how many of these authors put their lives out there together so that we can learn and grow about life's rewards and mantras and experiences. So please, as you can see, there's a plethora for about 40 authors on here, and I am one of them. So please, again, you can find it on the soulfulcollective.com podcast page. And if you're on TikTok and things like that, you can see the QR code is up there. So again, they've been going like hotcakes. So please grab your copy as soon as possible. I got some more in. So yes, I'm happy to sign one off to you. So definitely do that. And so it's just so many great things coming on and going on. And I definitely have some tidbits to continue to share with you. And I just wanted to say thank you for a great season 7. And now we're going into season 8. And I'm just excited, and I look forward to see what we got going on. So again, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, feel free to reach out and send me a message, DC at thesoulfulcollective.com or the soulfulcollective.com website. And I will do my due diligence to respond and get back to you in a timely fashion and get you up here and let's talk. Let's talk about it and let's be about it. So with that, I want to say continue to take care of yourself and each other. And again, I look forward to hearing how you've been overcoming your self-doubt and embracing the confidence that lies within you, that because we are the I am. And I hope you're embracing it. So with that, I want to say thank you again. Namaste.
How y'all doing? I would like to welcome you to a show that is called Cruise with Rob C, exclusively on WUBI Ubiquity Radio every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. My name is Rob C, and while taking your cruise, you will hear the very best in smooth jazz, smooth R&B, classic soul, as well as other genres that definitely define the very essence of smooth. I personally invite you to come aboard, and while you're here, grab your favorite beverage, turn up the volume, and have a seat as we set sail on this musical journey for your listening pleasure. You can find us at wubi.live, or depending if you have an Apple or Android device, go to your app store and download our free WUBI app. Take care, and as always, enjoy your cruise, y'all.
I am the Disco Bee.
I am the Alpha Male.
I am Benjamin Grimm, and we host,
From a Queen's Perspective,
the seasoned gentleman,
the host of the Love Jones Cafe.
we are the Love Jones Cafe.
the Love Jones Cafe.
We are the Love Jones Cafe.
Love Jones. Love Jones. Love Jones. Love Jones.
Hey everyone, Dr. Diana Collins here with the Soulful Eclectic, a podcast about being your authentic self and maintaining your health and wellness, brought to you by Divine Nubian Essentials, Love the Skin You're In, and also Collins Education Resource Management, where healthcare education is our passion. If you're looking for a new read, check out our friend Reggie Dupree in Hoodoo Heaven, Return to Hoodoo, and Mystical Midlife Mate, because everything is happening in Hoodoo, brought to you by WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV. If you have not downloaded your app on Roku or Apple or Google Play, do so right away. The Soulful Eclectic can be found every Friday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on all your podcast streaming platforms, WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV. So, see you soon. Namaste.